Hi, this is Mike from OBR ADV Gear, and welcome to OBR In The Garage. For this time around, I wanted to talk a little bit about when you purchase your 38-liter 2.0 Rackless Saddlebag system. And so that box has arrived, and you open it, and immediately you're going to see that you're going to have separately packaged. These are the dry bags. Those are available in black or gray, and those are packaged separately. And then more importantly, the holster system. And what's going to come into the package here with the holster system. So the holster system, we assemble everything for you, but it's not necessarily going to be adjusted to your motorcycle. And that's what we're going to get into here a little bit today. So we're going to open this up, set this face sheet aside. I'm going to remove the holster system from its packaging. You're going to have printed instructions. You can also find these on the website in a PDF format that you can download. An accessory pack. And we'll go through what's in the accessory pack here in a separate video. Anyway, so what we have here is your completed holster system. When you lay this out, what you're going to see is that there's going to be basically a left and a right. And that left and a right is then attached with this overlapping flap that's hook and loop. So what makes this a little bit unique is that we have the ability to adjust the width, the beam, or we can adjust somewhat the rotation, which then will help the pitch and angle of the holsters depending on the motorcycle or the setup that you're attaching it to. After you've completed that adjustment, what you have here centrally located on this flap, this is what we call the anchor cradle strap. And this anchor cradle strap is comprised of a 36-inch long, 1.5-inch webbing with a tri-glide buckle. There's corresponding tri-glide buckles on the holsters themselves that strap will loop through. And this is probably the most confusing part of this system for somebody, is how do you adjust this? And that's what we're going to touch on a little bit today. So you've laid it out. First thing you want to do is you're going to want to open it up. So your tail is wrapped with this one wrap Velcro. And again, we like to use one wrap Velcro because it's very universal. So there's the tail. What I would maybe recommend at this point is to go ahead and take a picture of this so you can kind of see how it's laced through. It's not super complicated. Once you do it once, you'll understand it. But anyway, go ahead and start step by step. Just make note of how you pull that through. So we've pulled it through to this side, and then we can just go ahead and pull it through the tri-glide and open it up like this. So now that the anchor strap is completely open on the top. Now what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to detach it from at least this one side of the holster system. So we're going to push this through. Like so. And then we can pull this through. Now you don't have to, there's no reason to detach it from this one side. So once you've detached it to this point, this is when you would make your adjustments in your width and then the rotation of that flap. Once you've done that, then you're going to want to reattach this. So you're going to take this tail and you're going to lace this from the underside through and then back through to the top of the opposing side's tri-glide, and then pull it in. And again, you're not pulling it tight, you're just pulling it flat. If you're pulling it so tight that it's starting to draw in the material here, you don't need to do that. You just need to pull it nice so it's flat and laying flush with the top pad or the overlap of the holster. Now you're going to take your tail, make sure you don't have any loops or twists, and then going in from the far side of the tri-glide from the top down. And just wiggle that through, get a hold of it, and then it'll pull right through. So now you've got it relaced through the tri-glide on this side of the holster. So to lock it, what we want to do is we want to run this tail now through the tri-glide buckle of the strap itself. So you go from the underside, pull it down, and then go from the top side down, like so. And again, you're just going to basically just pull the slack out of it so it lays flush. Now you're gonna take this loop, and then your final step is to go on this side of the buckle. You're going to pull this through, like so. Anchor cradle strap is now secure. All the looping back and forth, what it's doing is creating friction points. The webbing associated with the buckles requires friction to lock. And so we're creating this redundancy, essentially, as we're looping through, and we're creating all those friction points so it stays locked. And again, that's all we want to do is now we have the width adjustment. We just want to stay locked, which it is now. So as you load this on the bike, however much weight you have in here, it'll tension on this, and then this will stay locked, and it'll help support the overlap system from peeling or coming open. At the end of the day, this overlap here is not going to move on you. Hook and loop is very secure when it's in shear. Hook and loop is vulnerable when you have it in peel, and that's when you're opening that up. So being that when this is loaded, it's in shear, it's very secure. This is just a security strap that you put in place. So final step is, again, take your one wrap, place it on the end here, and just wrap that up. And you're going to wrap it all the way up to the buckle, close as you can get it. Once it's there, wrap it underneath, and like so, and there. Now you have it. Now you have it properly adjusted, and it's repackaged. And then this loop here of the excess tail will be up against this buckle. So should that hypothetically pull on that, it'll pull into the buckle, and again, it'll lock it into place. So that is the process for unlacing or unthreading the anchor cradle strap, opening that up so you can make your adjustment for proper fitment of whichever motorcycle you're going to run the system on. So hopefully this video was some help to you on how to unlace that and then get it relaced back into position. Again, the system is available on our website at www.obradvgear.com. And again, remember that OBR, we build products that will get you there and back. So thanks for watching, and see you again next time.